first thing to realize is your formula booklet gives you these formulas, and sorry for the big glare right in the middle. So you don't have to memorize these and know these, which is going to be a huge benefit for you. But you're going to have to apply them. So again, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. I'll send you a link. A guy makes a nice explanation of how these derivatives actually work out. And the one thing you should notice as, again, a nice thing, we have derivatives for sine, cosine, tangent, but when you look at the integrals, there's only a formula for sine and cosine, which should tell you you will not have to worry about the integral of tangent. And so that's a bonus. Okay? And just so from there, I'm just going to run through some examples and stop me if you have a question if I'm going too fast. But we'll start off with the sine of x cubed minus 3x squared. And I sort of picked a relatively nice one to start with. I haven't picked the simplest one to start with, but you won't see a simple one. And first note to make of these, I can guarantee you that there'll probably be something inside the bracket, or there'll be something in front of your tangent or your trig function, because again, make it a little bit more complicated. So right away, and pardon me, all of these right now, I want to find the derivative. So that's the goal for these first set of examples. And the first thing to realize is this is the chain function, because you have this function inside of the sine function. And again, that's a fairly standard type question that you're going to have to work with. So the first thing I would do is I would say, right, u is my interior function, so we have x cubed minus 3x squared, and so du 3x squared minus 6x. And then, based on that, what I have is, I have the sine of u. And then, in your chain rule, remind you of the chain rule is the derivative of y with respect to u times the derivative of u with respect to x. And so I'm thinking my new function is sine of u as the chain rule. And now the derivative of sine of u over here says it's the cosine of u. So right now I know that dy dx is the cosine of u. And so that's the first part of my chain rule. And I just took the derivative of the big function, multiply it with the derivative of the function inside the function, and so we have that times the derivative 3x squared minus 6x. And again, now we substitute back for u. So that we put this back in, x cubed minus 3x squared times 3x squared minus 6x. Again, I'm going to pause here just for a second and kind of repeat my thinking. When I first look at the question, I've got sine is the big function with a function inside. That's what clued me into it's the chain rule. So I need u and the derivative of u. So what's inside the parentheses. Then I just think of, don't worry about what's inside, but just have the sine of u. And so my chain rule says take the derivative of the big function, sine of u. Formula booklet tells me the derivative is cosine, and so I change it to cosine of u. Multiply it with the derivative of the interior function, so the derivative of u, 3x squared minus 6x. Put those together. This, I can't simplify the answer any more than what I've done. So we're finished. Are there any questions about what I've just said?